Hey, what's going on, you decadent douche-topian debutantes? Welcome to Grunt Speak.
Live from the lair!
We got Bumblebee Popped here tonight, and Gleep Glop and Floop-de-Doo.
Come on, this is a polo
Polo
rugby jersey.
Polo rugby. Okay, I got you. No problem. You're allowed to wear whatever you want without being judged.
Listen, man, I enjoy this ability. I don't give a shit what I wear.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I have like 11 or 12 pairs of the same pants. I mean, I haven't put jeans on in 8 years. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I just don't care, man.
Like you said, just like you don't care whether or not the ladies are hot for you, because at this point it's all retirement poonanny.
It's all retirement pussy, man.
There you go.
The worn out flaps that everyone has been, flicking back and forth for the past 40 years. maybe a couple kids came out of that incessant, nasty, Bermuda Triangle, and
Meat.
And there's a bunch of tree bark and tiger stripes and just drama. The hell with that whole douche canoe. Just keep going upstream and let them float away. You don't need that shit.
No, you don't. Especially when the flaps start hanging low enough, it kind of looks like a high school play curtain.
Well, I mean, they hang down and look like tentacles from the mind flayers of D&D.
Yeah, well, it's like somebody hooked a pack of pre-chewed Now and Later that's stuck to something on the ocean floor, and you just keep pulling and pulling, and it just gets longer and longer.
I don't need a crack at retired beat up bubble gum. I'm
very much salt water taffy. You know what I mean?
Yuck.
It's quite disgusting.
How did we get down off the...
I really don't know.
Okay.
All I know is the smell is atrocious.
It's going to be one of those days.
It is very much going to be one of those days.
Because, listen, gentlemen, you are in for a lumpy, bumpy ride.
Not to be confused with a rumpy, pumpy ride.
And we also want to put out there will be no podcast tomorrow. I'm taking the night off. I have shiata to do.
Shiata.
That must be addressed.
Yes. But speaking of shiata and where it comes from, it's time for a new nightly segment on Grunt Speak Live. It's time for Looney Tunes. There you go. I was fully expecting to get banned for that.
Well, let's just be honest. I mean, they demonetize everything we put out anyway. So.
That's about it, too.
What are you going to do?
Well, here it goes. You guys may have heard about this if you're avid watchers of Salty Cracker like I am, but here it is. Trans activist gets triggered by a teen's transphobia, which isn't specified, of course, and does the only normal thing possible, destroys the girl's car and poops in it. There's no actual video of this happening, but we do have the aftermath. Let's check it out.
This is in Portland's Hollywood district in Northeast Portland. One of our followers, their son's girlfriend, was thrifting, she says, for 15 minutes. Came out, someone broke all of her windows, pooped in the car, and smeared it all over the interior. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Who do you even call about this?
The cops. Police. That there's a DNA evidence right there if it's human shit.
Yep. And they did find the person who did it. So this is what happened. So Saturday, 17-year-old girl parked her car while thrifting in the area. The trans female in a tent threw a stick at her and called her transphobic. For no reason, it seems to be. She ignored him, continued to her destination. When she came back to her car, this is what it looked like. And the person was identified as Vivian Ginger Rain Shemansky. You really can't make this shit up. Vivian Ginger Rain Shemansky.
Oh my God!
Woo!
So this is a him she.
It very much is.
Not
him
a
she Shemansky. 44, located by Portland police nearby, arrested. Teen identified Shemansky as the stranger who confronted her earlier. The victim's mother tells the Post-Millennial that the suspect told responding police her daughter was transphobic, though police say this wasn't documented in the police report. Shemansky, previously known as Eric Neil Bowen, was charged with... So this is a chosen last name. This is... Wow, man.
Yeah.
The parody writes itself.
Yeah.
First-degree criminal mischief, felony first-degree criminal mischief, felony unauthorized use of a vehicle, second-degree criminal mischief, and second-degree disorderly conduct. So you can't get, like, first-degree defecation or something?
How do you get, like, what degree of disorderly conduct? I mean...
I don't know.
I need to do a comedy video on that or something.
Here's all of the mug shots just lined up. I mean, you can... ordinarily we say that the female problem in this country is meth and dicks, but in this case it would be meth and no dick. Because you could see just like the disgusting, all the sores and stuff next to the mouth, under the nose.
Well, that's from that's meth or crack. I mean, typically the heavy meth users get those sores all the time.
It's quite disgusting.
Yeah.
So this person has felony, violent, convicted felon, as far back as 2012. Ordered to seek mental health in the past. In addition to prosecuted cases, Bowen has been released without being prosecuted on multiple occasions. In Oregon? No. At least we know it's not his white male privilege. Just another week in clown world, ladies and germs. I really like this GIF. I kind of want to keep it.
Yeah.
That's that just puts the button right on it, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah, the whole earth is nothing but one big trans clown world now.
But that they're so marginalized. We all need to just step aside and let them seize all power, right? Like they haven't already.
Fuck them.
Isn't it amazing how nobody can achieve anything anymore unless somebody who has been assigned privilege by people who have no concept of reality, you have to step aside.
Yeah.
Yeah, us privileged folks, we have to step aside to make way for completely unqualified, mentally ill, fantastic 41%.
That is just stupid.
No, thank you.
You're giving the steering wheel to people who have no grasp on reality.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
It's
Nothing
not going to be good.
Good.
Not going to be good at all.
There's no good outcome there.
9 Vata.
Yeah. Balls! Smurf them!
This is bad, right? This is bad.
You love that story, don't you?
It's damn funny. Kind of like this.
I hope we don't get a copyright strike for using that music.
Music's old as Methuselah, and it's less than 10 seconds. They can suck my dick.
Okay.
Now, whether or not we'll get kind of get punched in the knob for the thing in the middle, I don't know. But that's okay because I made 3 with different ones. One of them is. Even I might think it kind of rides the line of being offensive. It's a little messed up. But we're going to save that one for another time.
Yeah. Is that the one with the noose?
Yes.
Yeah. That's an alt tech.
He said moose.
Yeah.
It was moose.
That's an alt tech exclusive.
Antlers makes great jerky.
Yeah.
So I'm told.
And we are putting a video out that is basically exclusive to supporters.
It will be. It's not this coming Ride and Roast, but it's coming up down the line. Mm-hmm. We decided to tackle a topic that is definitely too spicy for YouTube.
Yeah, that we'll get.
Not the actual content of the article, but when you confront the content of said article with facts, logic, and reason,
and truth,
exactly. Then
we're the bad guys.
It magically becomes offensive. Then,
yeah, we're the bad guys because they're gonna have to write me a ticket because I'm not gonna respond to my children's imaginary friends. I'm sorry. Not doing it.
Nope. And our governor can smoke my ass. She sucks.
Yes, she does.
Oh boy, but that's not as crazy as things get, unfortunately. As you can tell from the title of the stream, cheating is only okay when women do it. However, you as a man, if you ever do it, you're the scum of the earth. In fact, they are justified not only in character assassinating you, at any opportunity, if you even so much as look in the wrong direction.
They're monkey necking.
Yeah, you're monkey necking. They can actually make you, they want to make you sign contracts now to make you financially liable if you do step out.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, these people are not married.
No.
So we're clear. I'm going to be a long distance with my boyfriend, so I made him sign a contract that means I can sue him if he cheats on me. Trolls say I'm psychotic, but I think it's genius.
No, it's pretty psychotic. And
wow.
If you really want to be able to sue him for cheating, get married.
Yep.
This is ridiculous.
Grift. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say grift? She's now selling a template of the contract for $6.
Oh, we should copy it and put it on our.
Maybe. Well, I guess it's better than selling your butthole for $6 a month. Although I'm not really sure which one tanks my respect for you sooner at this point, to be honest. Ooh, excuse me. Had Mexican for dinner. It was quite fantastic. Long-distance couple sparked a furious debate after revealing that they drew up a contract that will allow them both to sue the other party if one of them cheats or doesn't answer their calls.
Oh, no.
Devin Motley and her boyfriend, Garen Gathright, that's a hell of a name right there, took to TikTok to share the document which they both signed and which outlined the rules of their relationship before they moved apart from one another. Who wants to guess that Garen... Or no, Garen. Well, Garen is the dude, which honestly I couldn't tell you which one of them was the female, just based on
Devin Motley.
Yeah, who wants to bet that Devin is not going to hold herself to said agreement?
Well, I give it about 120 days, and she's going to get bent over like a coat hanger.
My guess is, looking from the amount of soy dripping from this dude's face, yeah, we're already there.
Well, I mean, that's a handsome couple right there. Let's just be honest.
Yep.
Now, I mean, this guy probably is on a scientist or something.
A scientist, yeah.
Yeah, and he'll probably take her last name or something. Bullshit.
Or hyphenate. He's going to be a hyphenate.
Yeah, listen.
I'm a feminist. I shouldn't have to take my husband's last name. I'm going to keep my last name. You mean your father's last name?
Yeah.
Way to fart the patriarchy, bitch.
But my thing is this. Like, my mother gave me a hyphenated name.
Oh, no.
And within 4.5 years after I was born, she got divorced. Never remarried. And, like, it was her life was just a lonely train wreck for decades. So, there you go. Ladies.
News bears.
You want to, push the hyphenated bullshit, be prepared for box wine and Catland.
You're damn right.
Just saying.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no swear. Stop!
Take a dick! So, Devin boasted that this contract noted that cheating, slander, neglect, and not staying in continuous daily contact are all violations.
That's a little excessive.
A little bit.
How far apart are they?
I'm not sure. It doesn't really specifically say.
Okay.
So they're Texas-based.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, shit. I mean, he could stay in Texas and it would still be long distance because Texas is
I mean,
frickin'
once you
huge.
go over 60 miles, it's technically long distance.
Yeah.
Because most people are not going to drive an hour on
Yeah.
the regular.
According to the document, they have to share the location with the other 24/7, answer any calls from the other, and stay in daily contact.
Yeah, listen, just get married.
Yeah.
Just get married.
If you if you are this insecure,
Yeah, I know.
just get married.
Yeah, just get married. I mean, most dudes who get married, you have a goddamn, tether on you 24/7, 365.
Yep.
Like, oh, wow. Rear guard 6 texting me, I need to be home.
Jail.
Or, hey, you want? I can't go drinking.
Yeah.
The wife wants me home. I mean, shut up.
I gotta ask permission.
Yeah, get out of here.
Weird.
Be a man. Exercise your testosterone.
Yeah, I mean, dudes like this may not even know what that is. They think testosterone is the other San Francisco treat.
Testosterone.
Arguments must result in resolution, apology, and closing action of affection. Long distance will require a gift of some sort to be ordered to each party's home.
Uh-oh.
Location must always be turned on. Every call seen must be answered. We must call at least once every day. Keep in continuous contact throughout the day. Always give extra reassurance.
All right. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. I got it. But let's be real. I did 33 years.
Used to be called trust.
Yeah, I did 33 years in the military. Watched hundreds of dudes get Dear John'd or broken up with over these long distance whatevers. And it's just absolutely devastating for the dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell. There's at least a dozen examples I have of like some young kid. He was with his girlfriend all of high school and into 2 years into college. Then he enlists, and within 90 days, I mean, she's getting her her teeth flossed with pubes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that Devin is going to be the first one to break this contract. And then when it happens, and if the information goes public, she's going to be like, well, it wasn't really serious. I mean, we're just dumb college kids, right?
Well, how do you actually break the contract without actually getting sued?
I don't know.
I mean, there's got to be a termination clause in there.
There's got to be something. I mean, if there a breakup clause in there somewhere, do you have to pay to break up with this, freaking narcissist? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
And there he is signing it.
Yep.
Enough.
He actually signed it. Because, well, I mean, he hasn't gone off to college yet. So he's going to go off to college, and then he's going to realize that chicks who look like this are a dime a dozen.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, she's attractive. She has a nice smile. She's a solid 7.5. I can't see what kind of a rack situation she's got going on. That may sway the point up or
probably
down.
a B plus, C minus. But, my thing is this. Is she going to college too? They're going away to two different colleges?
I don't know.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, that woman, if she goes to a sorority, is going to be a dick cushion.
Oh, yeah. She's going to get hosed out like a puke bucket after a frat party.
It's
That's
bad.
really disgusting. I'm sorry about that one.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Gah!
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I don't know. I remember I had this one college chick chasing me years ago. And I'm like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Okay, I'll take you home. I bang you. We get into a relationship. It's great for the first year, and then it slowly runs out of steam. And by 2 years, you're looking for, replacement cock because you no longer have the feels, because you can't peer bond with anyone. All right, see you later.
Yeah, that's about
And
it.
basically, I just went through the whole thing, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, okay,
Okay.
get the hell out of here,
I know what's going
future
on.
stalker."
What's hilarious about this is I guarantee you what I said about this chick is eventually going to happen. Mm-hmm. She's going to cheat, and if she gets caught, because women know all kinds of ways to prevent dudes from finding out. Shit, they can find you getting, with your knees behind your ears counting ceiling tiles. They will insist it's not what it looks like and it's an accident.
We need to
All right.
we need to do a comedy. It's not what it looks like.
Yeah. And then he brings up the contract, and she's going to be like, well, I didn't really realize it. It's not like a legal thing. After all, I didn't really know what I was signing. That's my favorite leftoid contradiction of 2023.
Yeah.
Well, we need to forgive student loans because these kids didn't know what they were signing. Oh, but a 7-year-old can choose their gender, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you that fucking stupid, or do you think I'm that fucking
Well,
stupid?
what you're explaining, I've seen many times in military. It's called, tap dancing your way out of it, or soft shoe. You throw it on some sand.
Little soft shoe.
It's not legally binding.
Here, let me take that foot and I'll shove it right in your fucking mouth. Where it
And if
belongs.
there is an actual damages listed in the contract, it's not going to go anywhere.
No. Yeah. What exactly you think you're going to do? Not a damn thing.
I mean,
if it's
there's
not legally actionable.
you cheat. You can terminate the contract, but if you cheat before termination, it's a $10,000 fine.
Yeah. Now, I wish that was the only instance of this that I could report to you.
Yeah, this
But
one's
I would
good.
be lying.
This one's good here.
I made my fiancé sign a contract. If he cheats, he'll pay my bills for life.
Yeah, there's no way I would sign that.
Not in a million years. And I mean, look, she's not even as good looking as the other chick.
Well,
She looks like your average Instagram thought.
just the mere fact, it's all in the title.
Yeah.
She wants to be financially taken care of for the rest of her days.
That's really what most modern women are about.
Yeah.
They are about the money, and they want to be able to take you to the cleaners for the slightest infraction.
They literally treat their men like a job.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they will always have a reason for all of the treachery that
Yes.
they unleash upon you. There will
Yeah.
always be a reason for it.
Well, it's basically they fire up the excuse machine.
Yep.
And, what's the maximum range of an excuse?
Well, for a woman, it's 0 meters. For a man, it's the length of his penis.
Absolutely.
There you go. Cheaters never prosper, and this crazy woman, yes, she is ensuring that her fiancé pays the piper should he ever do the late-night creep with another. But she's allowed to do it just fine, by the way. A newly engaged woman on TikTok admittedly reached a new level of crazy after revealing that she had her hubby-to-be sign a legally binding contract. Unless it was notarized or actually prepared by a lawyer, it's not going to mean jack shit. And per the paperwork, he's agreed to cover her living expenses if he ever has an affair. My fiancé just signed a legal document and we got it notarized. Okay, so it is notarized that if he cheats on me, he has to pay my bills. Explained a giddy Shailene Martinez, known online as Salami Queen. Oh, for the love of God!
Oh my God!
Okay, so the dude who signed this agreement honestly thinks that he's going to get a fair shake from a chick who goes by Salami Queen.
Is that a Cash App?
Are you meaning only plans? I have no idea. No, I guess it's a TikTok shit. TikTok user. So Salami Queen.
Do a search
TikTok.
for that. Do a search for that.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
put the A in there too.
Oh, the at. Okay. All right.
Let's see what we get here.
The Salami Queen.
We didn't even listen. Oh,
it's not coming up correctly. Let me try TikTok. Salas. Maybe, you know what? She might have gotten it. She might have nuked it after this article came out.
Maybe.
Wouldn't shock me, to be completely honest.
Sorry, we want.
Because this is something to be embarrassed of.
And we went into the weeds again.
It happens.
Yeah.
If he cheats on me, he's screwed. I'm smart or crazy. I don't know. I think I know which one.
All right, gentlemen. Let's just be honest. You have to if you have to do hypnotherapy for the little head, do whatever you have to do to avoid the crazy pussy. I understand it's the best pussy, and nothing does better backward cheetah flips on your peg D than crazy pussy. But there will come a time when the pussy wears out, and then you're left with crazy. It's not going to work out.
No.
Trust me, I've done it 3 times. And I regretted it every single time.
And I know this dude might think that he's got himself a unicorn because she's Hispanic. She does have a nice smile. She's got the DSLs upstairs and whatever. And let's face it, you live in Idaho.
Yeah.
Your choices are her or potatoes.
Well,
so
I don't know.
But have some self-respect, bro. Come on.
One of the Latina women that I dated on the regular was actually a really good cook.
Oh, yeah, some of them are.
Too bad she was just batshit crazy.
Yeah, batshit crazy does not really make up for... I'm just going to say that. The cooking does not make up for the batshit crazy, because we all know what happens.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad news bear.
That's pretty much what happened. Minus the penis stick.
Hey, that's what I said. It could always get worse.
Yes. Oh.
That would be even more terrifying, would it not?
Oh.
Bat with gutter nails... Run normal pace. Giant penis. I don't want to know where that's going.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day of a bottle of vodka that was a giant penis. And underneath it said, coming to emergency room near you.
I did see that. That was hilarious.
That was a good one.
Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. And of course, somebody has to respond to this contract. You're smart and powerful. This is amazing. Godspeed. This is by far the smartest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, because you modern ladies are all about the money. You have broken your oxytocin dispenser to the point where the only thing you can bond with is the shit you can fit in your purse.
Well, they can bond with you for up to 2 years, and then it stops.
If that. Most of the time, they're just, it's like shuffling a deck of cards. One dick goes on top of the other. And it's just a stack, and then they shove them all together.
Well, another thing I think the women of today they really don't have any hardships to face.
No, they don't.
So they don't value having a man around because, look, a man is usually your first line of defense against hardship.
Yep. They have no real hardships, which is why they pretend. They have to pretend like being a woman is in and of itself a hardship.
Yep.
That's pathetic.
No, I'm not having it. No.
Yeah. I mean, you see like the 1,000 cock stare. It's right here.
Yep.
Salami Queen. Come on.
I mean, that she's not bad looking.
I've been financially screwed over so many times, and when it comes to money, I get scared and I don't trust easily. So now we're into the justification phase for why you're a money-grubbing sleuthstitute.
Correct.
We're now engaged. We're doing things financially together. We're making accounts together. Stupid!
Oh my God, no!
Stupid! So not only is he going to have to pay her bills for the rest of her life if he decides that, if she decides to pull back on the sex and he strays off the porch like good dogs tend to do when you don't pet him, she's already going to have access to everything. So if she even has an inkling,
Homeless.
she can rape him dry.
Homeless.
And then say you have to pay my bills.
Homeless.
Homeless! Pick out a nice refrigerator box. I hope it's a Maytag.
That's another comedy skit we need to do.
Homeless! Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Two dudes just walking in like a medium tight shot, waist up. You can't see where they are. So this one here looks nice. It looks quite roomy right there. I bet you could have some nice bachelor parties in there. I don't know about that. What about that one over there? And you walk over and say, now this one here is great. Okay, it's got extra ventilation,
double thick
because
walls.
things get hot here in the summertime. You want to make sure that you've got, you want to be able to see also, because this is, it's an urban area. There's a lot of crime. You want to make sure that you're handling your business. And then it cuts to like refrigerator boxes just lined up and down an alley, and then over in the corner there's a dude like crouching taking a shit. Hey, how you doing?
I got divorced last month.
And then there's another guy who looks like the troon who decided to defecate all over the car with just a wheel of cheese and a can of mace. Yeah, don't go over there. That's Crazy Ned, and he saw Deliverance one too many times. He just walks by with the cheese. You got a pretty mouth. Save us all. Save us all from the dirt.
Yeah, no thank you.
Oh, man. These people.
Here we go. Here's another one.
Oh, this is... we got to build up to this
All right,
one.
now, hang on.
We have to.
All right, so this actually happened to me. Okay. I got wounded in Iraq, came home, had to deal with the TBI issues, and because I was, kind of helpless for a little while, she fell out of love with me. I got that I love you, but I'm not in love with you speech.
Of course.
And I don't know how long it was going on, but she was getting a forest of fucking cock run through her.
6 to 8 inches at a time.
And, well, first of all, while I had the TBI, I was oblivious. But then one day I woke up and everything was different. And then I started getting that gut feeling.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I think I'm going to put a keylogger on the computer. And I put that on there, and I saw some crazy shit. And then I went to my unit and signed out all of the equipment.
Yeah.
And I found out what was really going on, and it was beyond repair.
Yep.
If it would have been like one dude, maybe I would have tried to work it out. But it was so atrocious, I had no choice but to file first.
Yeah. Yeah, we both been there. Mm-hmm. We both been cheated on. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of who and what we're talking about here in just a sec. I'll read a couple of chats here just because I see a couple that are relevant to the articles we were just discussing. Big Chad the Mad Lad, why does Miss Clinton spell Hillary with 2 L's? Because Trump gave her one. Now hit us with a dancing Hillary. Oh,
come on.
I'm sorry, bro. I got to do it. I got to do it.
I hate this one.
Oh, is it better or worse than the one with the fatty and the corset?
That one's, oh yeah, you're right.
There you
that's
go.
Bad. Sorry.
It's all good. Drew Lone Star says, Blake, you had Mexican in Michigan? You don't know what you're missing, man. Actually, I get authentic Mexican because my wife is from Texas and was raised for 7 years in Mexico.
So it's Tex-Mex.
It is Tex-Mex. She knows what she's doing, and it was delicious.
And you didn't bring me any?
Oh, I ate the rest of it.
Yeah,
It was all gone. Too bad for you.
So sad.
Yeah, you could turn your ass into a water cannon on somebody else's dime.
Yeah, you're right.
Master Miggy, I took a road trip across country. I got to within 200 miles of Portland, and that is about as close as I will ever get to it.
You know, when I was in the Ranger Battalion on Fort Lewis, I went all over Washington State and Oregon and even California.
Yeah.
Because there were lots of 3 and 4 day weekends. One of my buddies like, hey, let's take off. Oh, okay.
It's all good, man.
Like, well, they say we can't go more than 120 miles. Fuck them. Like, okay.
I'll do what I want, bitches.
Well, they won't know. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
It'll be fun. Bing!
Luckily, I never really got busted. You know, we went down on a 4 day weekend. We drove all the way down and went over to Tijuana, Mexico. And that's where they blew that huge whistle in my ear and made me drink like 8 ounces of mezcal and threw me on the floor. Apparently, that's the thing in that bar.
What was mezcal again?
It's basically a dirtier version.
No, you had a name for it.
Oh,
In the alcohol episode. I'm trying to remember what the name for it was.
it's tequila.
Oh, tequila. Oh, that's right. It's like a low-grade tequila, right?
Yeah. Put your dick. Yeah.
Put your dick in a fat chicken, fuck the police.
Yeah. That's what I call tequila, man.
Just call the mezcal, stick your dick in a 4 and fuck the police.
Mezcal was, the whistle in the air thrown on the floor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Drew Lone Star says, I would never sign that contract, but I may negotiate for face favors for life. Also known as mouth hugs.
Yeah, mouth hug with a head bob.
That's what I would do. If some chick ever tried to present me with a contract like this while I was single, I'd be like, well, if I'm going to pay your bills for the rest of your life, then you're gonna give me some mouth hugs every time I bring over a check.
That's right.
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the pander, motherfucker.
I've become accustomed to it.
Yes. K-Note sent over an email. It says, for Portland update.
Oh, no.
Check that out. Meanwhile, in downtown Portland, maybe save for new tech. Also, hope you haven't eaten yet. Maybe I'll do that then. I'll save that for new tech.
Yeah, we'll save it for new tech.
It sounds like I really don't want to look at it, too. Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy says, refrigerator boxes are high class. I lived in a 2-story burrito bag, but it did have one of those Pizza Hut marinara cups for a hot tub. Winning.
Well, I mean, I lived in the back of a, police cruiser, Crown Victoria, for about little over 6 months.
I need to get that clip from that we filmed when you were in the back seat. Yeah. That's Pop's version of crying on camera.
Yeah. I'm not a crier, man.
He's not.
Not a crier.
Alex Patino says, with that Salami Queen, I bet the guy did this number. She different. She loves me.
Yeah.
Probably correct.
Suck it!
Either way you look at it, it's just nasty.
Yeah.
But it's time for the main event. Now, you may remember last week on the show, we were sent in a couple of news headlines that were published maybe a year or so apart by a single author named Elle Silver.
Yes.
And I thought the story might just exist within those 2 articles. No. It turns out that if you search Elle Silver divorce, you find a plethora of cognitive disconnect, the likes of which could keep us busy for a month.
Well, I mean, she's the new Amy Horton.
She is.
Like, Amy Horton I believe she's aged out now.
At this point, yeah.
We haven't seen anything of relevance from her to actually make fun of.
No, she hasn't written anything, even on her own personal website, since October of last year.
Yeah.
So I think she has finally gotten the memo that no one believes a word out of her mouth.
And she's basically going to wind up in you-know-where.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, Elle Silver does not have exactly the same lifestyle as Amy Horton. With that being said, she's arguably worse. And the reason why is because she was married and has children. And she's just as bad, if not worse, than the chick who wrote an article called I Contracted Genital Warts, Why I'm Not Ashamed. And who admitted to cheating multiple times in other articles, but then claims to be a good girlfriend.
Now, listen, gentlemen.
This woman's worse.
If you are with a woman and you find out she cheated in the past, you need to get rid of her.
Yeah.
You don't want that in your life. Trust me, a man can only take so many knives in the back.
Yeah,
Don't allow it to happen.
Now, for those of you who are longtime fans, you don't even have to be that long time of a fan. If you just have a good memory, and you tend to rewatch pop culture episodes, the name may actually ring a bell. We did a video already on Elle Silver. It is called Next Level Gold Digger, because super rich isn't good enough. Here's a little segment from it.
As we go through this article, she is going to prove what we've been telling you for years. Nothing, and I say it one more time, nothing is good enough for the modern Western wham man.
I assumed all the care of our 2 children. I fed them, bathed them, drove them to school and back, helped with their homework, put them to bed at night, and read them their bedtime stories. My husband didn't help with any of this.
And again, that's called being a mother. And if you claim you didn't sign up for that, bullshit! And I can say this with a fair degree of certainty, she is lying. This is a person who keeps score. And those people can't be trusted.
Damn it, he's right. Well said.
They will always remember all of the things they did for you. But they never remember anything that you do for them, even if you're paying for everything.
Nice.
I encourage you guys, if you haven't seen that episode, go watch it. It's definitely worth your time. It's one of the funnier ones that we did from that year, and because it's Elle Silver, it's almost like you're going to be doing homework, because we're going to be talking about articles that this chick has written a lot this month.
And I look forward to it.
Oh, me
'Cause
too.
It's low-hanging fruit.
Yep. And the reason why we're going to be stretching it out is because she has written a lot of shit, and I mean shit with a capital S, and it stinks. But we can tie in the various things that she's written with other current events as they come up. And that's what we're doing tonight.
It's going to be easier than low-hanging Libya lips. Yuck.
Low-hanging fuck fruit. I didn't feel guilty for cheating on my husband. It was the best sex I had in years.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, just soak it up, Buttercup.
That's not a picture.
No, it's a photo by Georgia Maciel from Pexels. A lot of these chicks will take pictures of themselves or have boyfriends take pictures of them, and then they'll post them on royalty-free photography stock websites like Pexels, Pixabay, Unsplash, things like that, and then call themselves models. That's how it works.
That's fine.
Was I really going to do it? Was I really going to sleep with Joe? If I did, it meant one thing. I was a cheater. Too late for that. I guarantee you, it wasn't your first time.
Well, I mean, listen, emotional cheating is sometimes even worse.
Yeah. Depending on the situation, I think you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
My husband was at home. My children were at school. I was standing on the doorstep of the apartment of some guy I'd met at OkCupid. I'd never cheated on a lover in my entire life. 1, 2, 3. Bullshit! You don't randomly become a cheater in your 30s.
No.
Kiss my ass. No. You've done this before. That's why it was easy for you to do it this time.
Well, I mean, OkCupid, plenty of fish,
Tinder.
I mean, it's so easy to dial up a cock.
Yeah.
And all a woman has to say is yes.
They don't even. Why do they even bother calling it Tinder or giving it any of these other names? Download Dial-A-Dick today.
But that is the new, like when in the 80s and 90s, there's like phone sex.
Yeah.
You had to get on the phone.
Dial-A-Dick or a
now,
Rolodex. She has a Rolodex of cack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dial-A-Dick. I mean, come on.
Dial-A-Dick and Rolodicks. It's all good, man. Yeah. Cheating was not in my nature.
Shut up.
Sure. I'd get with a guy and only want to be with him. The plethora of other articles that you've written proves you wrong.
Yes. You are full of shit.
Typical modern woman. She loves to talk, and because she loves to talk, sooner or later, she tells on herself.
Yes. Yes, they do.
After all,
Let them go.
If you watch the episode that we did on this, she refers to her husband constantly as a man-child. and says that childish men are on the rise everywhere. And of course, it's all our fault. It can't possibly be the fact that over half of the men in the Western world now are being raised by single mothers who have no clue how to raise men, but insist on trying to do it anyway, strong and independent, as long as they get, alimony, welfare, child support checks, all that other shit.
But
You're totally doing it alone.
Listen, who cares if these guys want to be childish? Just don't ever get married.
Yeah.
Live your life. Have a great fucking time. Find your purpose. You don't have to get married. And whatever they say, they can go to hell.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times women are like, well, real men would do this. Real men would do that. Listen, you're not a man. You don't know what it takes to be a real man. So maybe you should invest in a little bit of shut the fuck up.
A little bit. And now what really cracks me up is that if you read these next couple of paragraphs here, okay, this woman is determined to turn her audience against her ex-husband and make it so that anything she does to him is perfectly justified. And the reason why I know everything she says here is complete bullshit is because of all the articles of hers that I've read, this is the only time she mentions this particular thing.
Well, and the reason they do that is they use the justification to nullify the guilt.
Yeah.
I've literally lived through this when I was going through my divorce.
Oh, yeah, I've lived through it as well.
Like, I was the greatest thing since sliced bread up until I got injured, and then I was a narcissistic, abusive. It was insane.
It's all horseshit. It's all designed to rally people against you so that they don't have to feel guilty for being a betraying harlot.
Correct.
That's really all it is. I didn't come to my decision to cheat easily. It took me a long time to decide. Bullshit! I kept telling myself I still loved my husband and that there was nobody else in the world I could ever love as much as him. Yeah, none of this ever happened.
No.
I finally turned the corner after a terrible meeting with my marriage therapist where I was told just to accept my husband's deteriorating psychological state.
Here we go.
This is everything after this that she just speaks about her husband is completely made up.
Well, first of all, she's going to a marriage therapist. They're already on the rocks.
Yeah, they're already on the rocks, 1, and 2, marriage therapists 99% of the time are chicks, and they will side with the woman.
Correct.
So, no marriage therapist told her this.
No.
I guarantee you. And this following thing never happened.
Well, first of all, marriage therapist is just a scam. You're literally paying somebody hundreds of dollars just so you could fail.
Yeah.
Like, get the hell out of here.
Fuck off.
Save the money. Go buy some booze and drink and tie one on.
Yeah, exactly. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
He'd become a deranged conspiracy theorist, and we could hardly have a conversation without arguing. We had a big fallout when he told me that aliens lived underground in New Mexico, absorbing human blood for food through their skin. I told him I wanted a divorce even though I couldn't leave him. We had 2 children together. We were broke. Yeah, this was never mentioned in any of the other articles where she just crucifies her ex-husband. I guarantee you, she just pulled this right out of her ass.
Who cares if he believes in aliens? I mean, there's all kinds of unexplained shit out there.
Yeah.
It could be correct. I don't know.
And what's really, really funny is this. I rewatched the other video today because I wanted to make sure that I was remembering everything that I could about this chick. Her ex-husband was not a deadbeat by any stretch of the imagination. The dude was a real estate magnate, and he came from money.
Okay.
The dude came from money and made good money. The only thing that killed him financially was the housing bubble, which was probably voted for by none other than his Kwantaha wife.
She's obviously a liberal.
Yeah, she voted.
Hive-mind
I
bitch.
guarantee you she voted for Democrats. It was the Clintons who initiated all of the bullshit that led to all this popping in 2008.
Well, it's the non-conforming, and basically what they're doing is they were going outside of the old, English model for mortgages, which was developed and started in the late 1700s and up into the 1800s.
Yeah.
And that was unfair and racist because people didn't have good credit scores because they're not good with money and they're dicks. And so, by all means, it makes sense to, loan them fucking money. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Not to mention the non-conforming interest rates were crazy high.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt guilty doing them. I did like 2. Most of mine were VA or FHA, 30-year fixed. I did 2 non-conforming loans with a 9.5% interest rate. The other one was 10.1. And I felt like an absolute asshole doing it. And one of them I was able to refinance into a VA loan after 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So,
man. Yeah, there are very few expressions that have come out of the leftoid lexicon in the last 20 years that are dumber and make less logical sense than predatory lending.
Yeah.
That's really stupid. Clean coal is another really stupid one.
Clean coal. Predatory lending. All right.
Trans kids. There's a third one for you. All things that don't exist, but we're gonna talk about them anyway.
We're gonna pretend that they do.
Yeah, there's no such thing as that. Just abusive parents. Get
So
that
good.
through your head now. I'd stretch my muscles with a good-looking guy, then go home to my husband. Yeah, right. One night, in a fit of desperation, I put a profile on Ashley Madison only to get bombarded with emails from perverts
or bots.
This is no different than OnlyFans models.
Yeah.
Posting photos of their butthole online and then getting indignant and going to the media with complaints about perverts demanding horrible things from me. Like, what demographic exactly is it you think you are catering to?
Well, they literally dress in raw meat and then walk into the den of wolves.
Yeah.
And shame them for wanting to, take a bite out of her.
Yeah.
I mean, take some goddamn personal responsibility,
No
women.
shit.
Listen, you dress like a hoe, people are going to monkey neck you.
Exactly.
That's just that's just because you're wearing the uniform.
You go onto a website with deranged, depraved, degenerate cheaters.
Yeah.
Guess what you are? And guess what you're going to get treated like?
That's right. Listen,
And by.
Ashley Madison is a cheater farm site.
You know what? I hope that her information was in the data dump that came out about, 7-8 years ago? That shit was, I know you got your hands on the database. We can check that out.
Funny.
If you
Did a
still
whole
have
show
that,
on
we
it.
can check it out.
I don't know if I still have it.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It was a huge data dump. It was like 1.8 gigs of just personal information. It was huge.
I was trying hard to stay married, but I was miserable. A friend of mine would later say I was like an animal caught in a trap, chewing off my limb to save my life. Maybe that's why I finally decided to put a profile on OkCupid. I know that in doing so it would ruin my marriage. I was just trying to survive. My marriage was already over.
There you go. Now, when I was going through my divorce, I did a lot of research. And typically, if you are unhappy and shit's not working out and you gut it out, usually within 5 years, things improve.
Yep.
All right, but like modern women, as soon as it goes south, I'm out. I'm hitting the silk. I'll find something better. Those days are done, and I am going to educate as many men out there as I possibly can. So when that does happen, you get left in basically the trash pile of history.
Yep.
And it's all your fault.
We have these women who do shit like this, like Elle Silver, have no one to blame but themselves. I love how she says here on OkCupid, you can select married as your relationship status. Mm-hmm. When Joe reached out, he wasn't in the dark about my husband. He was handsome, poly, petri dish of disease, and 10 years younger than me. He lived close by. And this is just how this begins.
That's how you get shot.
Yeah.
That's how you get shot, man. If you knew that she was married and you're going to service her, I'm not saying you deserve what happens, but I certainly understand it.
It's how you catch a charge and a bullet. I'm just saying.
Or you get a fucking cruel beatdown.
Yeah, could be. What's hilarious, though, is that there's another article that we may or may not get to in this whole expose of this mentally decrepit female in the next month. But She talks about Joe in this article, the guy that she cheated on her husband with. Then in another article, she talks about being separated from her husband, but they're still living together. It's like that movie, The War of the Roses. And she's got another boyfriend with a different name. So wait, you're telling me that the guy who gave you the best sex that you've had in years, because you're not ordinarily like this, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wouldn't live under the roof with another man while, boning and getting tonsil fucked by another dude, right?
I've never
No.
done this before.
But yet, before she was even divorced, we know of at least 2 dudes.
Yep.
And she couldn't keep this guy around. You mean to tell me that the dude, the polyamorous Joe, who does yoga and whatnot, you mean you couldn't keep him around?
Well,
He's not an honorable guy? The guy who will bang married women?
Oh no!
Shocker!
Basically, she's just a dartboard now.
Oh, yeah. And
A
I
dartboard
guarantee
in the bar. That's it.
there's got to be another article somewhere where she tries to rip apart Joe just like she does with her ex-husband. Guarantee it. And it gets worse. This article, the first one here, I didn't feel guilty for cheating on my husband, which, as we all know, makes you a narcissistic sociopath.
Yeah, and we are not paying us, to get access to the rest of the story.
Oh, no, I just didn't realize that I had access to the full thing at my house, but I come here and it's a member-only story. But you can get around that by running the article through archive.today, and it will unlock the full thing.
So you just copy the link and move
Yes.
it in archive?
I'm going to do that for you guys, so if you want to read the whole article, I don't know why you would ever want to subject yourself to that, but I will do that and update the website.
Let's be honest. Some of the guys out there are just gluttons for punishment.
Yep.
Just listen. Own it. Just own it.
Just
okay?
own it. Are you ready for this,
Oh,
though?
here we go. Oh,
9 months later, she publishes this. As a cheater, was I allowed to be angry when my husband betrayed me? Emotions aren't logical.
no, they're not.
Neither are modern women, apparently.
Well, wait, hang on. All women. Yeah, I shouldn't say all women. Most women, going back to the time when we started writing shit down, were not logical.
Yeah.
All right, i.e., Eve and the apple.
There you go.
All right, I'm not going to go into it.
It's
I
all
can
good.
ramble on.
My palms sweated. I was nervous as hell. It wasn't just the humid summer air that was making me perspire. This was the night I planned to tell my husband the truth about my affair. I'd been cheating on him for 3 months with the lovely Joe, right? Who decided not to stick around after the news of the affair became public, apparently.
Uh-huh.
I had no idea how he'd react. Would he scream and yell? Would he become violent? Worrying about it had me in a panic. Earlier in the day, I proposed we talk about some things later in the evening over beers. All day long, I've been freaking out. Now, later was here. I had to do this. I had to be honest. I couldn't live this double life anymore. Lying had become an intolerable burden. I waited until we both finished our beers, and then I took a deep breath and I told my husband everything. Told him about my lover. I told him about seeing this man every weekday morning after I dropped our kids off at school. I got this news off my chest and waited. I waited for the terrible reaction I expected. When my husband just stared at me blankly, I became even more anxious. Nothing could prepare me for what happened next. My husband admitted he had been cheating on me too.
Nice.
You'd think,
Here's the nasty part. So she drops her kids off
and goes get hosed
and
out.
then gets hosed out with a DNA shower.
Yeah.
And then she brings that crap home to her husband.
Yep.
That is reprehensible behavior. Listen, if you don't want to be married, just go, hey, I'm done being married. I'm going to do a legal separation, and I'm going to go get my crevasse hosed out. Fuck off. There's a lot more respect in that.
Yeah. And what really, because I know this from experience, women like this, who know that they have a good thing going financially, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to go out and get sex. They inevitably feel guilty from doing this. So what they do is they actually up the sex output to the partner that they're still trying to milk financially.
Yep.
So as a result, inevitably, this dude had his own DNA clam chowder.
Nice. Now, I
In
call,
a bread bowl.
What you just explained, I call cake juggling.
Yeah.
Women who want their cake and eat it too. It's called cake juggling.
Yep.
It never works out. Something always gets dumped on the floor. Just so you know.
Her reaction here, though, is
Here we go.
priceless.
Nice.
You'd think I would have felt relieved. I've been dying from guilt ever since I started seeing another man behind my husband's back. With the revelation that my husband had also been unfaithful, I was off the hook. I was no longer the bad guy in our failing marriage. No, you're both pieces of shit.
That's right.
Let's just be fair. However, if you were giving him nothing, that would explain why he strayed. You, on the other hand, aside from calling him a man-child and drastically overestimating your contributions to the home, you had no reason to do what you did.
Well, most of the time when a dude cheats, he just wants pussy.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Men are so goddamn easy.
Yeah.
You keep their belly full and their balls empty. More than likely, they will always come home on time.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's just that easy.
Yeah, and they won't serve you a DNA popsicle to suck on, you fucking nasty wenches. Now, to be fair, we have done a video of actual, like, nasty confessions where a dude admitted to doing that to his girlfriend who he knew was out cheating on him. Turnabout's fair play, I guess, but still gross.
It is gross.
And I do not recommend it.
Yeah, let's wash that pussy in the sink, man.
Everything made sense. Why my husband never asked where I'd gone each morning. Why I was washing my pussy in the sink. I added that. Why he was never concerned that I was away from the house for hours. Why he never suspected anything was amiss. No, he did. He just didn't fucking care.
We need to get the sound bite.
Wash they pussy in the sink.
We should turn it into a ringtone. Dude, though.
So gross.
Oh my God, that's all right. I'm sorry. I went off.
That's all right. I didn't feel relieved. Now I felt incensed. Yes, I'd gotten exactly what I deserved. I'd earned this comeuppance. However, emotions aren't logical. I was steaming mad. I realized that I'd actually wanted my husband to express some kind of emotion. In its bizarre way, I wanted him to show that he still cared. I wanted to feel like I hadn't stuck around in this marriage for nothing. I wanted to believe I had a reason for not leaving him years ago. I'd felt neglected for so long. Why else had I slept with another man? Let's just be honest, okay?
You want
what
it strange.
When it comes to men, in a marriage, our expectations are very low, very manageable. It is women who have decided that keeping a home, taking care of children, and having food on the table was suddenly too much. They wanted to do the full-time job, raise the kids, pay taxes, and do all of that shit by themselves, and then say it's all men's fault when no one wants to wife them up.
Yeah.
Okay? So our expectations, very low, very realistic, very manageable. And as long as you meet them, we will never neglect you.
Yeah, for the most part, you are correct.
So if this woman is being neglected, and entitled she is, it was because she drove this motherfucker away. Guaranteed.
Well, she sounds like an insufferable whore bag.
She gave him no grace whatsoever when an uncontrollable element, the economy, imploded and took their money with it. Mm-hmm. She gave him no grace at all. Started calling him a man-child, saying that, well, I'm doing everything around here. No, you're not. He's still paying the bills.
It's called justification.
Yes. It's like, this woman is a vile, repugnant human being. She truly is. And the more you read her stuff, the more you see I'm right.
I concur. It's my opinion, a waste of a meat suit walking around here on the planet.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
She's just, at this point, she's a walking penis sheath. And you know what? Insert at your own risk, because you're going to be the next one on the chopping block sooner or later.
Listen, that woman, I bet you now, she's got a fucking windsock down there.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Inverted windsock, man.
2 kids and numerous men since her divorce, where now her husband is more financially well off than she is. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was a man-child who couldn't make money.
Yeah.
That was the newest article, and from what I understand, it's already been scrubbed. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh.
People have the screen grab. If anybody can find an actual archived version of that article and send it to us, please do, because I really want to rip into that one. I just can't find it anywhere. The headline, it's all over the place, usually in juxtaposition with that first article. But can't find it. I think she got nuked so hard that she requested that the website that published it pull it down. Why she hasn't pulled down all of these?
I have no
Don't
idea.
know. She was irate. So, again, even if she deserves it, even if she knows that she deserves it, even if she has been getting hollowed out like a tree trunk by a whittling fool, it's still his fault.
But, I mean, this is typically what narcissists do.
Yep. Oh, what's really funny is that you remember how she made the Ashley Madison profile and claimed that it was nothing but perverts? Guess how he met his lover?
Well, here we go.
Ashley Madison. I thought all the profiles on them were fake. Well, apparently not, because one of those profiles sucks and fucks your husband.
Nice. Well, now let's call it mouth hug with a head bob.
Mouth hug with a head bob.
Let's be rated, NC-17.
Yep. And this is exactly what, like, she mentioned up here, like, he didn't suspect anything. She asked if he ever suspected her. Yes. Why didn't she say anything? For the same reason you didn't. He also wanted to keep trying to stay together even though we were both profoundly dissatisfied.
Now, okay. Now, he's an idiot.
Yes.
It's done. Stop, prolonging the pain. It's just the equivalent of somebody who cuts on themselves.
Yep.
Just flush it and move on, man.
This is even more twisted right here.
All right, here we go.
Now she knows that her husband, the worthless man-child who doesn't help out at all, has options. Listen to this.
Oh, here we go.
I wanted to see his profile on Ashley Madison for myself. I couldn't help it. The following evening, I made an account and logged in. I browsed through numerous attached mails within a 5-mile radius, and it didn't take me long to find my husband. I stared at his likeness. A mixture of emotions washed over me. I felt angry, disturbed, sad, and disgusted, but the weirdest emotion of all was the attraction I felt.
Drama!
He looked cute in his photos. See,
Here we go.
this is what, like, as soon as I read that, I knew immediately what happened. She married the guy. She wanted the money. That was first and foremost, because he came for money and he made good money. That's attraction element number one.
Yeah.
Number two, because he came from and made good money, that dude had options. But as soon as he settled into a family life, it was suddenly no longer interesting to the penis sheath who can't pair bond.
So he became doormat dad.
Yeah. But as soon as
I think we just did a video on it.
But as soon as doormat dad, lays down with another chick, suddenly he becomes Giga Chad, and she's attracted to him again.
He's got options. What a psycho!
Modern women are fucked, and you want to blame us all for this? No, you're the ones who control the dating market from 15 to 35, lock, stock, and 2 empty barrels, if you know what I mean.
Correct.
All right. And a DNA slip and slide that, goes right down the middle. But, yeah, this is just, whoa, this is so choice right here. You want to talk about a woman telling on herself? That is it. 1,000%.
I got to write that down. That's comedy gold right there. DNA slip and slide.
Yep.
That's what you call the hoo-ha of a 304.
Yep.
I like it.
And, of course, there's more to that. We're not going to go into all of it. But the absolute worst justification of all that she could ever possibly throw out there is this. Cheating on my husband made me a better mother.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Breaking up your family. You have kids. They need to have both parents to be balanced, healthy individuals later on in life. And you broke it up because you wanted some strange kioka.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then really what happens is she's so guilty, but at the same time she's getting sexually fulfilled, which does have a positive impact on everybody's mood.
Yeah, I
And
would
so
agree.
she's psychologically projecting her own dopamine hits onto her children. That's all this is.
Pretty much, you are correct.
Yeah, my affair made me happier, and by consequence, my kids. Bullshit. This one came out 1 month before the last article here, because we got January 2020 is this first one. Mm-hmm. Then we have September 15th, 2020 is the second one here, and then August 2020 is this one.
And
So
she
these
is
are all coming out.
prolific, man.
Yeah, she does write a lot. So
Well,
while
good. We'll have a lot of material.
Yeah. While waiting in line at the market to buy groceries with my 2 children, my younger son reached to hug me. Pulling my cheek toward his lips, he planted a kiss there. What a sweet boy you have, the checker said as she began to scan our items. So she's trying to plant this image of, like, perfect Americana into your mind so that all of the treachery goes down smoother.
Yeah, it's called ipulation.
Yes.
Man-ipulation.
Not to be outdone, my older son helped bag the groceries. The checker gushed more. I astonished myself. This was not normal. I guarantee you her kids acted like this all the time.
No, hang on.
But she was so narcissistic.
Well,
she
if
didn't
she
pay
told the
attention to it.
kids that she was getting divorced, a lot of times the kids become more attentive because they think it's partially their fault.
That's true. So if the kids were in the know, could very well explain a lot of this too.
Yes.
Or it is normal behavior, and she's just so up her own ass that she can't possibly fathom the idea of anything that she's not directly paying attention to as being reality. It's like Schrodinger's cat or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
or dog, whatever it was. My 2 sons, 8 and 9 respectively, were getting into mischief. Usually, they broke down into tantrums as a daily occurrence. They acted out more than they behaved. Had my sons changed, or was I the one who was different? Yeah, see, your kids are not going to change their fundamental character.
Well, I mean, if they know the divorce is
Yeah,
coming,
unless
yes,
there's a
they
divorce
will.
going, yeah.
They become more attentive.
Yeah, but at this point, she's specifically just talking about the affair. She's not talking about getting divorced. And at this point here, if you go back to this other article, which was written a month later, she does talk about how we tried to stay married.
Huh.
So let's say we tried to stay together. We just both cheated, highlighted our irreconcilable. Okay, Rick. Okay, so this is old hat here.
Okay.
So, but the timeline here, we may never know how it all adds up.
Yeah, listen, and if you think, like, if you're having marital problems and you think your kids don't know about it, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Kids are extremely perceptive.
Yeah, and like they have like ASP. They like show up with ASP when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah.
And if you're having problems or you're getting your wick, you're dipping your wick, or you're getting punched out by whatever, they're gonna know.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Let's just be real here, okay?
And of course, she's stupid. So she thinks, I love it. I'd never say that having an affair was a smooth ride. At first, I felt guilty about it. I was terrified my sons would notice a change in me, some evidence of my betrayal. And you go down here, my sons noticed nothing. Sure.
Sure.
If your husband figured it out, your kids probably figured it out too.
Yep.
They scurried out of their classrooms the same as always, just like any other day, galloped ahead of me to the car, tumbling inside and immediately begging me to stop at a donut shop. On our route home from school each day, now this is a very key point here.
All right.
We drove right past a donut store. Usually I had the resolve not to stop. Today I didn't. I felt terrible about what I'd just done with another man behind my husband's back, and I felt the powerful need to atone for my sins.
That's actually fairly common.
Yeah. So what she's talking about here is she's genuinely doing more for her sons out of guilt.
Yes.
And that is probably triggering a positive behavioral response, which means that most of the time, she's a bad parent.
Well, I'm glad you said it first.
I mean, we already know she's a terrible wife.
Yep.
And obviously she's a terrible mother if she thinks that having an affair in any way made her a better parent.
Yeah.
No, you feeling the human emotion of guilt made you a better parent. And instead of trusting that feeling and realizing, hey, I'm fucking up, she doubled and tripled down on stupid for the last 3 years. She hasn't stopped, because now that her husband is doing better than she is, despite being a prolific writer on websites no one gives a flying fuck about, obviously.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Oh,
He was a loser when I was with him, even though him cheating on me made it more attractive. I can't figure out what's going on.
But here's the thing with men. All right, men are used to getting fucked over having Murphy show up and kick him in the balls. Mm-hmm. And men, if he's worth his salt, will get up, dust himself off, make a plan, take action, and improve his situation. Most men will do that.
Yep.
And he's no different.
Elle Silver. Wow. I mean, I genuinely thought Amy Horton was as bad as it could get.
Oh.
In terms of sheer cognitive disconnect. But at least Amy Horton never got married or had children.
And she never will.
Yeah. This woman freely destroyed the futures of her sons to lock down a piece of strange just because the rich guy she married wasn't quite rich enough.
Correct. But let's be fair. He was also hitting strange too.
Correct. Yeah. Both of them were responding to each other because, in all actuality, they're both pieces of shit.
Listen, if you're married and you become a master debater, you're doing marriage wrong.
Correct.
Because if you have to debate with your wife to get some poon,
yeah,
it's either that or take care of a hand load yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it wrong. Don't even stay in that situation. Get the fuck out.
Amen. But even funnier than that.
Oh, I like that one.
And I guarantee you're not going to find articles like this written for men by men.
No.
Anytime a woman cheats, there's always a reason for it. Apparently, even on brides.com.
Oh, my God.
12
Woo!
reasons why women cheat according to the experts, like Elle Silver, I'm sure. I love it. Studies show that the infidelity gender gap is growing. No, it hasn't growing. It never was a gap. Women have always cheated more than men. And now they're just the ones freely admitting it. Well, I mean, we know how many babies that fucking mailman fathered.
It's like 1800.
Yeah. Stay-at-home wives have like the best cover of all.
That's right.
Just because they never got caught
Yeah,
or admitted it doesn't
they-
mean it didn't happen.
I mean, if I recall, that mailman was in his 80s, and he had like over 1,000 kids.
That's a lot. That dude, I'm amazed he made it that long just because he should have died of like 3.5 different kinds of cancer with that much disease.
Yeah.
Whistle sac polluting his snot stick. It's terrible.
The DNA slip and slide.
Yeah.
Infected with herpetogonosyphilis.
Yeah. But don't you love how when it's women, there's reasons? There's reasons women cheat. But when
There
you're a
we go.
man, no reason will suffice.
No, I mean, men, his excuse is, I just wanted some pussy. That's about it.
Or even if we do have a legit excuse, like, hey, I've been married for 10 years, she hasn't touched me for the last 7 of them. Well, that's no excuse.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Well, technically speaking, yeah, you're correct. Because you know what? If you would have divorced her as soon as she stopped doing that shit, she wouldn't have had to pay her alimony. Now it's 10 years in, she caught you cheating, and you do have to pay her alimony because you're an idiot.
That's right, man. It's not worth it. As soon as you
Just leave them.
just leave.
Why is that so hard?
I have no idea. I guess, men are gluttons for punishment.
Yeah.
Well, and, in my theory on marriage is we need to change the verbiage a little bit and call it a mirage. And, whenever you're in the desert and you see a mirage, it's usually of a cool pond of water that you can never quite get to, which in a marriage is that love and acceptance.
Yeah.
You never get to it, no matter how far you walk through that hot-ass desert, you're screwing yourself.
Yep, right in your 4th point of contact.
Like my advice, don't even play the game. The minute you're in a marriage and it turns into a mirage, go find a watering hole and walk your ass out of that desert because that's where you are.
Yeah. I mean, let's just drive the point home here, okay? When you see an article like this, there's never a reason to cheat. There are excuses people make for cheating.
Correct.
The bottom line is this. She stops banging you, or, he's, doing, he's at work so much because he just has no time for me, even though I'm the one who forced him to work because I wanted this particular lifestyle, whatever the fuck. Just leave him.
Yeah.
There's no reason to engage in this shit. It's
go.
stupid. Just go.
Yeah, you'd get more respect from everyone around you if you decided, it's not working. I'm divorcing him, and then you go, get your, slow motion train wreck of cock going, and you'll be fine.
See, now this here, I can actually respect this phrasing more than I can respect reasons. 12 factors that drive women to cheat. Because can you be driven to cheat? So, somebody fucks with you enough and you feel like you're trapped in a relationship even though no one ever really is? Sure.
Yeah.
Dissatisfaction in a relationship. Low self-esteem. Emotional starvation.
Oh, this is so stupid.
That's one's particularly dumb. Anger or retribution. That's probably the most common one for dudes. Lack of excitement.
Well, that is because there's no pair bonding.
Yep.
And the feels wore out in about 24 months.
Exactly.
And listen, when you're with the same person, it becomes like that one song, bunch, da da da. I mean, that's how it goes. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, if you have a lack of excitement, it's because you have a plethora of past partners.
Correct.
Sexual deprivation, again, another very common
And
one for dudes.
that's common for men.
Yep. Loneliness, which can literally be felt in a room full of people if you're emotionally weak enough.
Well, here's the thing. If you're in a marriage and you're lonely, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of it.
Insecure attachment style.
Now, what kind of word salad is this?
Attachment theory suggests that early childhood relationships influence how we perceive and behave in our intimate relationships as adults.
That's pretty true.
Depending on the care and nurturing or lack thereof that one receives as a child, they'll fall into one of three attachment styles as adults: secure, anxious, or avoidant. Okay. Midlife crisis.
That's very common.
That's a terrible time for anybody to try to do a midlife crisis. Women way past the wall. An underlying condition. Okay, so we're going to blame the plethora of so-called mental illnesses that women claim to have so that they can, take their head meds for the chemical imbalance that they don't test you for before they put you on them, which inevitably winds up creating the chemical imbalance you didn't have in the first place. You were just mentally weak.
Yep. I don't know, man. This is insane.
Opportunity. That's another big one for dudes. Oh, you actually want to have sex with me?
Well,
Okay.
in our world, rejection is the SOP of our lives.
Amazingly true.
Yeah.
Numbing difficult feelings.
That's usually common when there's a death in the family.
Yeah, we were talking about that, yeah. It's like, you banged me after my uncle's funeral. That was a celebration of life. We've all been there.
I've never picked up a woman at a funeral.
No. It's bad news bears.
No, you're just asking for bad karma.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
But hey.
I picked up a few women at weddings.
Oh, yeah. That's very, very common. Bridesmaids, never a bride, right? And they get a little about it. And next thing you know.
Now, this one is disgusting.
Well, I think this is where Elle Silver is heading. Proud cougar at 52. Women hate me, but I won't stop hunting college hunks.
She's not a cougar. She's a saber-tooth.
Yeah, she's saber-tooth, mountain lion, whatever you want to call her. I mean, does she have a decent body for a 52-year-old chick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not bad.
And I'm not going to shake two shits at it. With that being said, there's a very big difference between having actual sexual market value and being a practice dartboard for frat bros.
She's basically the walking, talking, inflatable sex doll for the college guys.
But to listen to her talk, you would think that she's like, oh, I'm just as good as I was in my 20s, and these guys, they love me, I'm different. Sure.
Nah.
Sure. Yeah, it'll last a little while, and then one day, her skin's not going to be quite as elastic as it was, and all these dudes who bang her, they all talk to each other.
Yes, they do.
So as soon as it starts to officially dip downhill in a real way, she's going to be left out to dry like the laundry.
Or, the frat guys who be like, hey, you're the new dude, you got to go bang the cougar.
Yep.
You want to be in the frat, bang the cougar.
Exactly.
And if she's game, it's going to be the revolving door of cock.
Yeah, she's the pledge hazing.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, my buddy Richard, who's now deceased,
Yeah.
they made him bang a midget in Korea.
Basket fuck?
No.
Okay.
No, it was just a
I
midget.
was just
and they're like, ah.
I mean, you want to talk about gagging for Kiyaka.
There we
a
go.
52-year-old chick at a frat party.
Well, I mean,
She's like the frat mascot.
that's right.
That's really all she is. Because, you know, it's just like the mascot mask, right? Mm-hmm. You'd never know who's been in there before you. It could be anybody.
You're breathing all of that sick stank in there.
Oh, God!
No, thank you.
And then you get a close-up like this, and then suddenly the illusion of her body just goes out the window.
Well, I mean, her face isn't bad for 52.
It's not terrible. She just got them horse knickers. You know?
Yeah, look, she's gonna probably wind up in on a porn hub or something.
Why the long face, Horace? I resemble that remark. Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah Jessica
Listen,
Parker.
it's just a matter of time before the college students film it and put it on Pornhub or whatever.
Yep.
And then she'll be singing the blues.
When you discover one of your former cubs, she refers to her bang bros as cubs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's going to be real. I mean, she might be arriving later than some of her friends, but sooner or later, she's getting there.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
There we go.
And you know who's fast on her heels? Elle Silver. And we will be talking about her more this month. You can bet on that.
Hell yeah.
And that's why if you go to the website and take a look at all of our sources, it says Elle Silver Part 1.
I love it.
Yeah, it may be a month-long thing. September may be Silver Month. We don't know. We haven't made any decisions quite yet. But we're not done with this woman.
No, we're not.
Just like her case of herpes.
Well, it's just a matter of time before that happens.
Wah, wah, wah. All right, it's 9:22. I think it's time to take a break. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Read a little couple of chats here on YouTube. Make sure we don't miss anything, and then we'll take off there. And I will remember to look at that K-Note, your Portland update. We will watch it on New Tech. G-Man says, "Baby, I love you. I love your son. I die for you. But you're not getting the key to my house."
Nope.
That's smart, although you shouldn't say that other stuff either. Shadow Tempest says, "Hey, boss, how's it going? I'm about to finish with my degree in welding and fabrication, and I'm
right.
a certified structural steel welder.
All right.
Unfortunately, even the trade schools aren't safe with female students getting special treatment."
Yeah. Am I shocked? No.
No. Not at all. But hey, it's better than, going 6 figures in debt for a job that pays you $23K a year.
Well, Cara she's going to welding school.
Oh, cool. That's good. My niece is doing the same thing. Shadow Tempest, my ex-wife is in her mid-30s and seeing some loser almost 10 years her younger. Doesn't want kids, yet my ex and I share 50-50 of our child and has nothing going on in his life other than horror indie movies.
Okay.
Well, you see, women who are fast approaching the wall or have already hit it will always mistake the younger dude's attention for value, when really the dude is just... He's slumming it.
Well, here's another thing: is when these ladies hit the wall, they have to realize they get what they get.
Yeah.
I mean, the pickings are very slim.
Yeah.
The low-hanging fruit isn't low anymore; it's on the ground.
Mm-hmm. See, in the beginning, when it's all about the sex and it's the puppy love feelings, they feel younger because they're with a younger guy. They can remember what it was like to be a hot item in their 20s. But when the feelings run out, that young guy doesn't make them feel young anymore. He makes them feel older than their age. It's a backfire scenario. Right now, it's just a slingshot. It's just winding up. It's just like on The Amazing Race when they've got that watermelon slingshot, and she lets it go, and it flies out there, and then it comes back, and it hits her right in the face.
Yeah, that'll probably kill you.
Yep. It did not, though. Strangely enough, yeah. Apparently, the human skull is hard enough to withstand a full-on watermelon blast. Good times. Who knew? Shaggy Sunshine says, missed the stream. I'll watch it work tonight. Cheers. What do you mean you missed the stream? We're still here.
Yeah, it's all right. He probably didn't get the beginning.
Side 13 sent an email. Nah. Cool. Read that on New Tech. Chaos Magician 69 from Australia says, keep up the good work, mate. Thank you very much. Bart Fine, probably a dog mom. Ever heard of that, Pop?
Nah.
Yeah. Everybody's heard of dog moms.
Dog moms?
Yeah. Women who don't have kids, so they refer to themselves as dog moms or dog parents with their scientist significant others.
Or they have cats.
Yes.
Cats are more common.
Yeah, cat moms. Crazy cat ladies.
And listen, any dog under 20 pounds is just a cat.
Yep. Ken J 1090, this is good advice here. You can go 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. You can go the rest of your life without poo and walk away. He's not wrong.
He is not wrong.
Dung is fun. Pop, have you picked up a girl from a funeral?
No.
No.
That's bad karma, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's not good. Lieutenant Gunslinger, Popish is with full flying colors. Probably a typo in there.
Okay.
Today's yellow is Big Yellow Bird from Sesame Street. Ready on the left, ready on the right. Russian nukes incoming.
Let's hope not.
I hope not too.
I am not in the mood for that kind of exhilaration.
Negative. Dung is fun. Recently divorced. Ladies, get rid of my dry spell. Just go pay for it, because you're not really paying him for the sex. You're paying him to leave.
In today's day and age, I can't recommend that, because there's some serious diseases out there that you can get.
That's why you double bag it.
Well, then you can still wind up with a burning ring of fire.
But that's why you just put the tip in.
I don't know, man.
I've never done it myself.
Nah, I've never paid for anything.
It's good times. All right, dudes. We got the ginger hamster in the chat. We miss you, bro. No homo. You have to have you on the stream again sometime soon. Let me know what you're up to next week.
All right.
We got Uncle Skid coming on with us on Thursday, and we're going to read us some military stories that have been piling up. So got 2 military dudes going to give you some authentic military advice. It's going to be good times.
All right.
But in the meantime, I want you guys to refill your menageries, take a little break, listen to some Jeffrey Paul tunes, and we will see you on New Tech in about 5 minutes. Jimmy Bones, if you can paste those links in there, and if I don't see them, I'll paste them in myself, because I'm just that kind of a nice guy.
All right,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? I'm a nice guy. Yeah, you going to break me off a piece? You know what I'm saying? No, that's not how it works? Shit. Well, I'll see you on New Tech anyway.
All right.
You British cigarettes.